Hey everybody, we're back to make a follow-up on the JEY USO video. We've seen some other channels put videos out after I released my original video titled It's All About Jey. The storyline between Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and JEY USO and the newly included Solo Sikoa has always been about one man, JEY USO. You can go back and watch the original video, which I will link in the description if you haven't checked that out yet. But we're going to make a follow-up following the events of Elimination Chamber going into WrestleMania 39, where Roman Reigns will defend his WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against the 2023 Royal Rumble winner in Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Now, Rhodes versus Roman Reigns is a great match, but people feel like it's getting overshadowed by the Bloodline storyline and the inclusion of Sami Zayn in the Bloodline. But following the Royal Rumble, following that video, and following the events of Elimination Chamber and the February 24th edition of Friday Night SmackDown, I feel like that video is starting to come to the light more and more. In Elimination Chamber, you had one of the best main events that WWE has seen in a very long time. And even though Roman Reigns was able to retain his WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against Sami Zayn to continue his historic reign, there were some very important situations in that match that showed how the story is more about Jey than you might think. Towards the end of the match, Roman Reigns had the chair and was about to attack Sami Zayn, but he handed it off to JEY USO. Just like Roman handed the chair off to Sami at the Royal Rumble. He handed the chair off to Jey, and Jey was going to take the chair and show his allegiance and alliance to the Bloodline and show that this is his family in the WWE. However, he didn't want to hit Sami Zayn with the chair. He took the chair, but he wouldn't pull the trigger. So Roman Reigns got in the face of JEY USO and pushed his face with his hand and pushed him out of the way and continued to try to humiliate Jey and make him question his manhood, just to push him further and further off the cliff that JEY USO has been dangling off of since the beginning of this storyline and him becoming the indentured servant of the tribal chief Roman Reigns. And Jey, you could see the rage in JEY USO. You could see it coming out. You could see him ready to explode. And you could see the anger, the frustration, the over-manipulation, the complete and utter degrading of JEY USO that Roman Reigns had done since the beginning of this story, before the entire formation of the Bloodline starting to seep out and seep through the cracks that have been building in the foundation of this family, or this tribal family in the WWE. But JEY USO wouldn't hit Sami with the chair. He had the chair in his hand and he wouldn't pull the trigger. And that's exactly what Sami Zayn wouldn't do against Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, which led to the chair shot heard around the world and the mirroring of Seth Rollins' turn on Roman Reigns and the Shield, with Sami Zayn landing the final blow to show that he wasn't going to take Roman Reigns' bullshit anymore. And during this boiling over of tensions and emotions between JEY USO and Roman Reigns, Sami went for a final blow on Roman with a spear. However, Roman moved out of the way, and Sami Zayn would hit JEY USO with the spear. The man who he has been trying to free from the grasps and the grip of the tribal chief for so long. The family that he is trying to break apart because it is not built on trust, loyalty, and blood. It is built on manipulation, tactics, and the ability for Roman Reigns to continue to reign atop the WWE Universe and atop Friday Night SmackDown. After Elimination Chamber, we would head into the February 24th edition of Friday Night SmackDown, where it would be Sami Zayn and not Jey, but Jimmy Uso inside the ring. And Sami would tell Jimmy that he could see the frustration in his eyes. He could see that he didn't want to be controlled under the finger of the mighty tribal chief in the WWE anymore. And he didn't want to have to continually prove himself and do things that he may not want to do deep down in order to prove his allegiance and alliance to the family and the tribal chief in Roman Reigns. And Sami would go on further to say that he could see it the longer he was in the Bloodline. That a true family who loves you, a true family who cares about you, and a true family who has loyalty and trust built upon its foundations would never continually make you prove yourself, would never continually make you doubt yourself, and would never continually make you jump through hoops just to prove that you're a true member of the family and not a snake in the grass. And you could see that as Sami was saying this, Jimmy's eyes were getting worse and worse. The anger was seeping out more and more, and he could tell, even he said it, he could tell that in the eyes of Jimmy Uso that he believed what Sami was saying, even if he didn't want to tell him that face to face. All as this was being said, Jey Uso walked through the crowd and walked down to the ring, looking at Sami and Jimmy inside the ring. But as Sami made eye contact with Jey, Jimmy Uso took the chance to take the shot on Sami. And then as he was attacking Sami, he looked to Jey and motioned for him to come inside the ring and attack the fake member of the Bloodline. But as Jey walked to the ring slowly and didn't enter the ring to assist his brother and Jimmy, Sami would then hit a haluva kick and take out Jimmy Uso. Jimmy would go on to say in rage that it was you who made the choice, Sami. You had the chair in your hand. It was you who had the chair in your hand. It was you who pulled the trigger, and it was you who made the choice. So don't put it on me. And that is when Sami would go into what we already talked about, with a true family not making you jump through hoops, a true family who loves you, has trust in you, would never make you do the things that Roman Reigns has made the members of the Bloodline in Jimmy and Jey and Sami do for his own success. And I guess that's where we could leave it off for now, as we'll probably have to make another follow-up following WrestleMania or the closer we get to WrestleMania. But it's still about Jey. And it's slowly becoming a little bit more about Jimmy. And it's becoming about the family built under tradition being broken and shattered to pieces under one man's power trip and the need to manipulate in order to be successful. It's still about Jey Uso. But Jey Uso is currently fighting a situation where he's either going to have to cross a line drawn in blood or draw his own line in the blood and name of tradition. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, land a haluva kick on the like button, and a double super kick on the subscribe button. I'm your host, Double M, and I'm out.